Hey everyone, it's Michael Kikle. I hope you're doing well today, and many of you probably heard that Kraven the Hunter is coming out this week into theaters. And I'm joking about that because I thought it got delayed to 2025, and then I just looked it up before this video, and no, it's coming out this week. And what did Sony do ahead of time to, be excited and make us excited for the movie? They decided to tell us all yesterday that the Sonyverse is officially dead after Kraven the Hunter comes out. I feel sad about that in some way. I guess I'll do a quick rundown. Huge fan of the Tom Hardy Venom movie. I think it's fantastic. Let There Be Carnage is awful. I hate it. Never saw 3 yet. I want to, but I haven't. Then you have, what was the next thing? I forgot what the next movie... Morbius. Morbius was the next one. I kind of don't hate that as much as people do. If people are saying that's the worst movie they ever saw, that's embarrassing. You can't tell me you think other movies out there are better than that, like Independence Day 1 or 2, you know? Anyway, Morbius I didn't think was the most offensive thing ever. Madam Web came out, still haven't seen that. Plan on watching it at some point and reviewing it for you all, even though it's kind of tacky and old to even bother with that at this point. But hey, I review comics sometimes too, and people don't watch that shit either, so... Anyway, the final film here is supposed to be Kraven the Hunter. After the embarrassment of Madam Web, which everybody mocked, everybody knows all the spoilers for, even people like me that were curious about the movie. Kraven the Hunter, I actually think looks kind of cool. Aaron Taylor Johnson looks amazing as Kraven. He's always a good actor, so I always like him in anything I can find him in. But the movie itself looks goofy, just like all of these films. Even Venom, that I loved, was goofy, because they're supposed to be B characters, and not just villains, but B characters, just like Aunt May or MJ, in the Spider-Man universe, and you make these movies without a Spider-Man based on the licensing issue with Marvel and the whole Disney canon and whatever, which to me was not the best idea ever, because we got Tom Holland, and I don't think he's that great, but we did get No Way Home, which is great. But the Sonyverse is officially dead after Kraven the Hunter, and I don't think most people care about this. To me, it was like this weird fever dream of the early 2000s, where you had standalone movies about characters, nothing tied together. Spider-Man was by himself. You may have had a reference here or there about Doctor Strange, and that was it. They didn't show up in the movie. And frankly, for people like me that grew up in the time I grew up in, yeah, this modern MCU stuff from 2008 onward has been cool, seeing superheroes show up in each other's movies. Even over to DC with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman being in a movie. We had a Justice League movie, for God's sake. Yeah, all of that's cool, but I kind of miss the standalone films, because now you can't do like a simple Batman movie without worrying about the future of canonicity, you know? It's kind of obnoxious in some ways. In my personal opinion, I feel like it really bogs a lot of filmmakers down, but that's just me. But the Sonyverse is going to be dead, and this weird nostalgia that I have about it, where it was kind of like the early 2000s where I grew up. It's kind of sad in some respect to me, despite the majority of the movies being lame or shit. And one of them being one of my favorites ever, Venom, despite it not being the best Venom movie we could have gotten either, and it wasn't even R-rated. So that's kind of a shame, but it's kind of funny. I think we'll all be mocking this forever now at this point. What do you think they'll do from here on? I mean, I know that they're still doing the Into the Spider-Verse movies, you know, Across the Spider-Verse. The third one's coming out, I guess, this coming year, 2025. And I'm excited for that, because Across the Spider-Verse was excellent. But then on top of that, you have Spider-Man Noir's TV show. I think it's going to Amazon, if I remember correctly. And I'm thrilled about that. I can't wait for that TV show. Nicolas Cage is coming in. It's Spider-Man Noir. I fucking love Spider-Man Noir. But I'm super curious what they could do. Do you think they should just do a Spider-Man TV show somewhere as Sony? Just give up on the movies, maybe just do a TV show. I don't know how much I like that idea, because I feel like the return viewership every episode, much less every season, is going to drop further and further. Especially if it ends up becoming too soap opera-ish, which Spider-Man kind of is. And I mean more in the bad way, like in the vein of the CW TV shows for DC. I think that could really doom it. But I personally think the TV is not as big as people make it out to be right now. Everybody refers to things like House of the Dragon, which just got skipped over for Best TV Show of the Year or whatever for the Golden Globes or whatever the stupid-ass TV show awards are that nobody watches. Not that anybody watches any of these award shows anymore, but still, people aren't watching that. I just don't think there's any right move they can make aside from just making their own canon of Spider-Man movies, if they can get away from that Tom Holland Disney shit, just let Disney do the Tom Holland thing. Continue to license it out. And I've said this numerous times, I think just like the comic book industry, we need to get to a place with the movies where we can license out these characters. Like, for example, if some Japanese company wants to make an anime Spider-Man movie, particularly the manga adaptation to movie of Fake Red, which is excellent, I would love to see that. Disney should allow that. Or hell, make a movie of Fake Red. It's excellent. If you wanted to have like just license it out to other companies, just like you do merchandise. Let other movies come out from other studios based on this stuff. Let Disney have their Spider-Man and Tom Holland. Let Sony have their own Spider-Man. Even if it's bad, at least it could be a standalone where we have all of these awesome villains. We don't have Spider-Man stuck in a fucking multiverse or stuck in whatever. We don't have to do that, I think I would really like that. I think a lot of fans would be cool with that because I hate the multiverse shit. I want to get away from it everywhere. I think it was a huge mistake for Disney to go down that ballpark outside of No Way Home. No Way Home should have been the only time we ever did that because of what it gave us with Garfield and Maguire coming back. Outside of that, nobody wants the multiverse. Everybody's bitched about it. It's done nothing but open up doors of bullshit. And I feel like the Doomsday Avengers movie is going to have the same problem with this alternate universe Iron Man, that's going to be Doctor Doom now. So, I don't know. I would love to hear what you all think Sony should do from here. I don't think they should just stick with the TV route, like with Spider-Man Noir. I love multiple versions of Spider-Man. You could do a cartoon show about, like, the Clone Saga. Why not try something like that instead of doing another Spider-Man cartoon like Disney's doing, of basically just readapting what happens with Spider-Man, getting his powers, getting a costume, eventually encountering different versions of his villains, and then doing the same old, like we did with Spectacular Spider-Man, the 1990 series of animated show, whatever. We don't have to do the same thing over and over again. Unlimited tried something new back in the day. I don't think it's particularly good, but the art style was cool. The Spider-Man costume there was cool. If nothing else, it helped them to sell more toys based on Spider-Man. Even though I don't think Unlimited had a line, but still, point is, at least be smart about it, Even James Gunn, I think, was part of this newer Batman show, this cartoon that came out to Amazon. I forgot what the show was called. I still haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it was pretty decent for the most part. I plan on watching it, plan on reviewing it, but just haven't gotten around to it. A lot of people think that that was a good move on his behalf, but once again, I go to Walmart, I go anywhere, there's no toys for this show. Why release these cartoon shows? And I understand the kids don't really watch cartoons anymore. I get that. But still, I feel like even the adults in the collector market who have ruined collecting, ruined toys for kids with how insane the prices have gone up because of these asshats that steal everything off the shelves, why not try to make an effort to do that? Because from what I saw, the character of Batman in that cartoon looked good. Sony should do the same thing. They should make in the Spider-Man comics for the 90s Clone Saga, when Ben Reilly gets the newer, more updated Spider-Man costume, right when he becomes Spider Carnage, like the black spider and stuff on it, not just like the regular Ben Reilly costume we know with the hoodie and all of that. Why not put out a show with that second costume on the show as the Spider-Man costume? Kids would love that. I never saw that costume growing up ever in my life, and I loved it when I got to see it as an adult and just couldn't believe what I was looking at. It's a great costume. Do something like that. Do a show called Spider-Man Symbiote Saga and just have it be about Spider-Man hunting down symbiotes episode to episode or arc to arc. Every 3 or 4 episodes could be one story, like a mini movie. Do something like that. I think it'd be great. That's just me. You could even do like a Kraven the Hunter hunt, like have Spider-Man go out to Africa or into the woods or something to go hunt down Kraven the Hunter. You could call it like Spider-Man's Last Hunt as some of the episode arcs titles or something. I don't know. Just some ideas, just my idea in general. Maybe you could adapt Ultimate Spider-Man, the comics, just directly to a TV show, cartoon, or live action. Why not experiment with those things? If you're going to go TV, cartoon, whatever, I think you need to do a cartoon. That's just my opinion. Maybe it's not culturally significant like it used to be in the 90s and in the 2000s, even the 2010s. But I feel like it's smart to do that for the sake of kids who would go out to watch this stuff. Or adults like myself who will spend their time as an adult going to watch shit like that. But anyway, What do you all think, again, should be the move for Sony at this point? I'd love to hear everything you have to say about it down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and are you excited about Kraven the Hunter? Let me know that down below, too. Merry Christmas. God bless you again. Goodbye.